Steve Bittenbender Associated Press. You talked about how you didn't have 3 weeks of games, but also nearly that much time off in practice as well. What do you hope to see from your kids tomorrow in the game against Bellarmine, to kind of give you some confidence that what happened today wasn't necessarily going to be habit forming down the road?
Well, I'm not concerned about it being habit forming at all.
Mm.
And to be honest with you, I'm just looking for a little bit of improvement tomorrow. Like, you're not going to go from finishing a game at 5 o'clock to tipping one up at noon and expect to see a significant amount of improvement. You can definitely see improvement in the way we communicate on the defensive end of the floor. We've got to continue to work on rebounding the basketball. But overall, it's going to be, it's going to take us a little bit of time. I mean, you don't take 3 weeks off and then just jump right back into things. Northern Kentucky, it's a ball club again. We're ranked number 2 in the country last year after having played for about 3 weeks and actually practiced. And we were up 2 on them at half at their place. So it's a team I've got a lot of respect for, and Cameron does a great job. But tomorrow, I'd like to see us continue to take care of the basketball. We only had 13 turnovers today, 18 assists, 13 turnovers. And then hopefully you'll see us shoot the ball a little bit better.
Jeff Page, Freddie Demling with Cardinal Authority. You mentioned Liz Dixon a little bit. In the first half, she was, I think, 4 of 5 or 4 of 6, and 6 of 8 for the game. And even in that run in the third quarter, she had a big rebound and 2 big buckets. Her improvement has been steady for you, this entire year, but she was actually pretty big for you today.
No, she was. I thought she played really, really well. I told her I was very impressed with the shape that she's in right now. She looks really good. She looked good out there. She's continuing to get better defensively. She made a couple really nice plays when she had to switch off onto some guards, where she was able to do that, where last year I'm not sure she would have done that. But she's really worked on that. She's finishing around the rim. So, yeah, I mean, really, really pleased. And we're going to get into situations here where I'm going to need to play Olivia and Liz at the same time once we get into ACC play because of the size of some of the teams that we're going to face.
And Jeff came from the Courier Journal. Dana, obviously, she wasn't in takeover mode early, but right when you guys got that run going in the third quarter, she sparked it with the big 3 and had a few steals and assists in that run. When obviously you want to control everything as a coach, and you have somebody on the floor like her, does that calm your worries a little bit when Northern Kentucky goes up 5, just knowing you have somebody like Dana on the floor?
Well, of course. I mean, she's a dynamic player that can change the game. But really, what calms my nerves is everybody out there. We're very fortunate to have a pretty talented group of players. Even in the first half, I thought Norika Kano came in and gave us some big minutes and really looked good. So I was really happy for her. And she's one that I'm going to continue to try to get some more playing time, as well as Alana Smith. So I've got those 2 young women that are coming off the bench, and I think can really give us a big spark. And then I thought Mikasa played well. I thought she did some really nice things defensively for us, and really can change the game and just the presence that she has on the floor.
Coach Pauly with Cardinal Couple. Lindsay Duval back in here. First time back in the KFCM Center, 20 points tonight. She's going to talk about her effort tonight.
Yeah, I was really excited for Lindsay. It was great. It was great to see her. I thought she played really, really well. Did everything that we had seen her do here for us. She's great at putting that ball on the ground and going right. She finished there at the rim. She knocked down a few threes. So really happy for her. She is having a great season there at Northern. She fits in really, really well with that team. The coaches are putting her in spots to really be able to be successful. So I'm really happy for her.
Jeff,
Jeff,
you've mentioned a couple of times getting this game in and what it means for you guys. Just how important, once you finally got today and tomorrow scheduled, to get a couple games before you go back into conference play, because you didn't want to jump right into conference play if you didn't have to with 3 weeks off.
No, I mean there's no question about that. I mean I've been trying hard to find some ball games, so I was really pleased when Northern was willing to do this, and I mean it kind of all happened from about 11:30 yesterday morning on. So it was a pretty quick turnaround. I appreciate everybody here in the Young Center, all of our scores table, everybody that was willing to say, hey, I'll come. And then to be able to then have a game tomorrow, which will be similar to what you face in the ACC tournament. You know, you're going to have to play back-to-back days. So we're just happy to have the opportunity to get out on that court and play.
Jeff, Steve Bittenbender again with AP. In going back to the time off, in this situation, is this kind of like a reset for you and the team after having that long of a time off, not just, as you said, between games, but with practices as well?
Yeah, it's a little bit of a reset. I mean, and now this game is great because we have some film, and then tomorrow's we'll have film to be able to put together and say, hey, here's where we have to get better, guys. Now we've got 2 days of practice before we play a very talented North Carolina team. So these are the areas we have to get better at, and that's what you need. You need film. Film is a wonderful tool because film doesn't lie. It's not my opinion. Film is fact. So that's going to be very beneficial for us. You know, I'm not expecting to go undefeated in ACC play, especially after being off for 3 weeks. You know, we're going to play a very good North Carolina team on Tuesday, and then our Pittsburgh game's been canceled on Thursday. I'm hoping we might be able to fill somebody in within the ACC. If not, then we're scheduled to play at Florida State on Sunday, who Florida State's playing very well right now.
Hey, Jeff, Cameron again. You think the three-point shooting for you all was just really a product of just being off for so long?
Yes, I really do. You know, we have shot the ball much better in practice, even the past few days. But it's still game speed, players flying out at you, getting your feet set, getting, you know, into a rhythm does take some time. So I don't think you're going to see that consistently, because the ones that can make them, the ones that make them in practice, are the same ones that took the shots in the games today.
A quick follow-up to that. A lot of times when shots are supposed to fall and they don't, teams can kind of get down on themselves. How do you feel like the team answered, even though the shots weren't falling from deep ball game?
Well, you know, we had really talked about it that, hey, if the three's not going in, guys, then we've got to start trying to attack and get to the rim and try to make some plays in a different fashion. Like, you know, we go 2 of 5 from 3 in the third, then 1 of 3 in the fourth. So we're 3 of 8, where we're 1 for 14 in the first half. So 16, 17 threes is probably what we should be looking to take in a game. 22, I thought we got a little happy there in the first half because we did have some good looks. But when they're not going in, then you've got to adjust your game.
Anything else for Coach? All right.
Yeah, I guess one more thing to that point, Jeff. You had mentioned if you're not making it threes, to try to get some stuff inside. Kiana obviously missed, I think, 6 from deep. She had a few nice plays at the basket towards the end of the game. Is that kind of what you reference when you're not making those shots, to try to get inside and make something for yourself?
Yeah, I mean, exactly right. You've got to be able to make adjustments as a player. You know, if your three's not going in, you've got to figure out other ways to score or get others the ball. You know, so that's an area that we'll continue to grow on. But again, I mean, offensively, I didn't think it was a great night. We still figured out a way to score 74. So I think that speaks volumes for the potential that this team has at the offensive end.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate you.